go above and beyond for my customers in ways that other people would not. I guarantee you. And I know that not just assumption. I just know other people in my position would not do as much as I do for my customers. But with that being said, sometimes I know who are one-time customers and repeat customers, and the hassle that this particular customer has put me through, we probably won't be working together again. But I always fulfill my duties on my end. I actually did more this time around than what I was required to do. We had an agreement of what I was going to do. They said, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you add this? Most people I know in this field would be like, yeah, I can do that for this amount of money. And I can do this for this amount of money. And I can do that for that amount of money. This is, so I told you guys when I was on here earlier, this exact type of thing is what took me away from wanting to do this as a business. Because when you do business, unless you have like an assistant or something, or somebody that takes care of the money for you, when you're the direct contact for the people that you're doing business with, when they're trying to negotiate, bargain, give you sob stories, whatever they're doing, you're the one who has to be like, no, hard cutoff. This is a hard cutoff, right? And I have a hard time doing that. I'm only into the part of the art. I'm into taking the photos. I'm into taking the videos. I'm into editing. I'm into those kind of things. I am not into the business. I'm not into the business. So a couple of years of me trying to do that exclusively as my sole source of income was really, really hard on me, really hard for me. And hard to the point, like I told you guys, I stopped doing photography for about a year because I was like, I'm just so traumatized about picking up the camera. People trying to do these negotiations with me, telling me I'm overcharging, asking me for discounts, asking me for money back, trying to smear my name for not doing extra stuff they didn't ask me for. Imagine at a photography gig, right? Somebody books you from, let's say, 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. The gig is 3 hours. They don't start whatever it is. They go on colored people time. And they start the gig at 6 o'clock. So your starts at 6. It ends at like 11, right? So essentially, if you're 4 to 7, and it goes from 6 to 11, right? It started at 6. So you're contracted to be there until 7. So technically, you were there for your 3 hours. So if you are real cutthroat, you can tell the person, I was booked from 4 to 7. I got here at 4. It's 7 o'clock now. Everything after this is overtime. But you do have people know they don't like it. You done changed up. Now it's a business. So yeah, I'm not doing what I would do before. I'm not charging what I would charge for. Like Joe said, like Fat Joe said in his versus battle against Ja Rule. Yesterday's price is not today's price. But when it's people who are used to you being yesterday's friend, they think that your price shouldn't go up for them because they're your friend, they're your family. That's one aspect. Another thing, contracts. Contracts are important, but people who know you sometimes feel like they shouldn't have to get a contract. You should take their word. You take their word, and I've had situations where I took the word and I got there, I showed up, I completed the job, and I didn't get the money. I did the whole job and I didn't get the money. I had a situation where I actually did the job and sent the footage and didn't get the money. And people were telling me that I should take that person to small claims court. But the gig was not, I mean, I could have. It wasn't an expensive gig. We agreed to like $200. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what are we going to court for $200? For me to spend all this time, get all this paperwork together, lawyer, blah 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 blah, over $200. Now I know some people are like, it's the principle, like, even if I get zero from it, if I win the case, then the person is not going to get one over on me. For me, it's more like, if you're my friend and you get one over on me once, you're not my friend. So you'll never get one over on me again. So it's like a $200 lesson is what I considered it. And I think that that person losing me permanently was worse than me going and going to small claims court so that they could owe me money, but then I pay all that money back in representation fees anyways. But all this stuff I'm talking to you about, I don't care about none of that. If I had an agent to book me to do these things, where all I had to do was show up, they did all the negotiations for me, they took care of all the money, slide them their percentage, and I just do the work, I would love that. That's the same way I feel about YouTube. If I could just hop on here, there are a lot of ambulances out tonight. If I could just hop on here and talk to y'all, just like this, somebody else could chop it up, edit, respond to the comments. That's one of my favorite parts. I like responding to comments, but if somebody could do the editing, the overlays, the music, all that kind of stuff, and I just had to get on here and talk, I would love that. So yeah, this is another example. And the funny thing is, I say that I don't even advertise that I do photography anymore. I got rid of all my business cards. Well, I still have a few, but I don't really even walk with my business cards for that anymore. And it's like, especially come summertime, people are always calling me and saying, oh, I got your name from Fred, I got your name from Jill, I got your name from this person. People I don't even talk to anymore. I mean, cool. I mean, it's nice that I'm getting referrals, but they're not coming to me because they know that they're not coming to me directly, because they know that I haven't been actively doing these jobs for some time. I feel like, how do I keep getting roped into these things? Don't get me wrong. One photo gig. Let me see. Yeah, one photo gig. Like this one wedding paid me the equivalent of 12 hours at my job. Granted, I was at the wedding. Okay, so let's say 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock up until, yeah, granted, 7 hours. I was there for 7 hours. Not that I was taking photos for 7 hours, but I was there at the wedding for 7 hours. And also I spent about an hour editing, so like 8 hours. It was like an 8-hour job. So it's more than I would get hourly at my job, but it's not so significantly more when you break it down, like in terms of hours, like what I just did. But yeah, that was a whole side topic. That was a whole side topic. I am excited for Big Brother. It's coming up soon. The countdown's on. 5 days. We got a peek at the house. They're being very mum's the word. It sounds and seems we're not even gonna know who the house guests are until Monday, which is 2 days before our show. I guess they're trying to be real on the low about it. But my hope is, like I was saying in my previous life, I just want it to be. I don't care if it's low drama. Okay, I like drama. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I don't like drama. I like drama as much as the next person. I just don't like the drama to be racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, like those kind of drama. I love arguments and stuff when it's not things that cross that line to where it's uncomfortable to watch and uncomfortable to listen to. I hope, even if it's not no cookout again, I hope that the black people are not against each other the way that Monty was against Taylor, and the way that what's his name, Terrence, was against. I hope to not see that again. Factor. Let's get that straight. Race factor in everything. Okay, so we can't avoid those cultural and the conversations that are going to be had, and the subsequent arguments that do happen just because of people not understanding each other. But the difference between not understanding versus having racial biases. So here's to hopes of a good drama-free season. I mean, you know what I mean. Side drama-free season. I'm multitasking. And thank y'all for hopping on. Throw me a like. Throw me a comment. You're going to see me on your screen almost every day from here on out. And talk soon.